Yo, what up? Eusebius here, back at it again with another video, and today I'm here to bring you another The Horror of Mental Illness, which is a series that I make where I take concepts of my mental illnesses and turn them into art, whether that be a feeling or a symptom or an experience that I got due to my symptoms, due to my illnesses. Then I love to turn that into art and show to you guys. But the main difference between Art of the Mentally Ill and The Horror of Mental Illness is that's a dog barking outside. I don't know if you can hear that, but with The Horror of Mental Illness, it's a lot more horror based, while Art of the Mentally Ill is a lot more abstract and loose, not really restricting to any one sort of category or genre. So, without further ado, let's get in. Oh wait, I haven't explained what my illnesses are. Today I'm going to be talking to you about depression. In yesterday's video, I talked about OCD, which is one of my anxiety disorders, but I've also suffered from depression and, like I said, a psychotic mental disorder. So, without further ado, a little bit of information about me, and let's head into the art. This is what I like to call depression is a liar. There's a lot of symbolism behind this, but I still like to put it in the horror of mental illness because I did come from a more horror background theme. I wanted to take something that I've experienced a lot and try to turn that into a personification of something. Now, this is not one of my hallucinations. I do not hallucinate this, but I did base it off of one of my hallucinations called Mr. Smiley, and if you've watched Art of the Mentally Ill, then you know who that is. But if you haven't, let me explain. Mr. Smiley is one of my hallucinations who often appears to me, who is always smiling no matter what other emotion his body shows. Like he could be crying and smiling at the same time for some strange reason. That's just how my mind forces me to perceive things. I did base this character off of Mr. Smiley, but I wanted to make something very different. Color and the whole tail, scorpion tail coming out of the back. So, what is the name of this piece? The name of this piece is called Depression is a Liar. And I've struggled with depression for a while. My original diagnosis was depression with psychotic features. And so, whenever I get into a little rut where my racing thoughts won't stop and I feel like a potato, you know the term couch potato? Is that it? Potato couch? I'm not sure. But whatever the term is, regardless, I would not be able to get out of my bed. I would not be able to hold a conversation with someone. I would not be able to even brush my teeth. I would not be able to just live normally like a person. And one of the things that people would always comment about was my breath. I was so depressed I didn't have the energy or motivation to not only get out of bed, but to follow up with my hygiene, like taking a bath and brushing my teeth, which is why I made his tongue black and the inside of his mouth green. So it has a sense of toxicity and unnaturalness. When it comes to these shading parts over here, I tried to do some cross hatching, but I'm not really good at that, so it doesn't really shine through. But there is no symbolism behind these darker areas. The dark circles around his eyes do come from Mr. Smiley, though. The whole reason I put a scorpion tail was because when I thought about it, when I think about lying, I think about certain dangerous creatures, snakes, spiders, scorpions, and I sort of wanted to combine that all. Originally, I was gonna have like like the circular part of a spider, like on the back. I think that's where it's like its eggs come out or something like that. I don't know, but I wanted that to be sort of like a spider thing over here, and then legs coming out, and then spider eyes. But I figured that a much more horror aspect would be not, because if you were to just have drawn a spider over here, it'd be like a head crab. If you know what that is, it's from a game. I forget which game. Mass Effect? I don't know. But it would look a bit more comical. And not to say that it isn't comical. It is very comical. But this is just... I didn't like the idea of putting a spider over here. It's like a spider hat. I think that's kind of dumb. So I thought of the next best thing, a scorpion. So I added a scorpion tail. And yeah, that is my little take on how depression is a liar. So I hope you all enjoyed listening to me ramble off for a couple minutes. I know that you guys really enjoy these kinds of videos. Oddly enough, I got 4 views on the last one, which, whew, it's a lot of views, man, but yeah, I'm being sarcastic. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll be doing a lot more videos like this in the future, so stick around, subscribe if you enjoyed. And I've said that a lot. I am a broken record. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Ahui ho malamapono.